What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to EJ's Empress Energy 444 because on this channel we believe and we know that we are protected. I'm sorry about the echo, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to use this mic the best possible way, but hopefully, it's still where y'all can understand me pretty okay. But anyway, 444 is an angel number, which means divinely guided and protected. So I'm not throwing up anything that's demonic or anything like that. So please don't think that. If you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. Angel number 444, and then you can read it for yourself. Angel numbers can be helpful at times. If you're a person that's spiritual, sometimes you may see the signs and synchronicities different places. You may see angel numbers 1111, 111, 222, 444, 1010, 999, stuff like that. But anyway, feel free to check it out and you may find it helpful. Angel numbers, your life path number. I know my life path number is pretty accurate for the things that it correlates with me, my personality, and things that are of interest to me. So you may want to check out your life path number if you haven't done that already. But anyway, I'm not going to be on here long, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Equanette, by the way. If you haven't been on this channel before, if I say something that resonates, please give me a thumbs up or think about becoming a member. We'd love to have you on this channel. But anyway, maybe if I turn the volume down some, maybe that'll help. I'm not really sure. I just wanted to share something with you all. When I was in junior high, um, I love percussion. I still love percussion, drums. Um, and I was very passionate about wanting to play the drums. My mom had me taking piano lessons, like when I was in fourth, fifth grade, somewhere like that. And then I guess she could tell I just didn't seem as interested in it. And so she had a talk with me one day, and then I just out of the blue said, I want to play the drums. And she was like, oh, okay. She was very supportive, bought me a practice pad and the little xylophone and stuff like that that I needed to be able to practice with. But because I started late, I got into percussion in junior high, which is considered late when some kids were far more advanced with their musical studies than what I was. So I had to kind of like play catch up. So, in order for me, when it was time for band and stuff like that, in order for me to be able to play the music and stuff like that, I would have to practice for like hours on end just to be able to keep up because I couldn't read the music like the other kids. It took me a while. I had to go home, take my music home, practice, study. And when I got in high school, I played the bass drum. And I would take that drum home, and you could hear me all down the whole street banging on that drum. And thank God the neighbors were supportive. It was like, oh, there she go with that dang on drum. I'm pretty sure they probably was cussing from time to time. But the neighbors supported me. And they were proud of me when I would be on the field marching and stuff like that for marching band. Um, but when I got to college, I'm gonna share something with y'all. Oh, I wanted to be in the marching band so bad. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I loved to see women percussionists. I mean, I thought Sheila E. hung the moon. And there was this other percussionist, I can't think of her name right now, but I think she played drums on the Arsenio Hall show or something like that. She was a very gifted and talented drummer. I haven't followed her to know if she's still practicing music or not. I know Sheila E. does. But back to what I was saying. So I wanted to be a part of the marching band in college, but it wasn't like junior high and high school. They wasn't finna pamper my butt or coddle my butt, so to speak. And so I went to try out, and it wasn't anything like how it was in junior high and high school. I went in that room, and he said, "Play." I ain't had no time to practice no music, study no music. I was nervous and it was a complete flop. And so I got discouraged. I was embarrassed. And the instructor, he even told a friend of mine who was actually a percussionist in the band, he played the snare drum, about what happened. And I don't know if they thought, okay, well, she never did really play music. She was just talking out her neck or whatever. You know, she can't even read music. And so I guess that's why I could relate so much to this to that movie, Drumline, because it was I could identify with some of the things that the character in the movie was going through at the time. And so I was embarrassed, needless to say, and I just gave up on it. I just gave up. I was just like, the heck with it, because I'm not going to be able to keep up. Which I probably was right. I probably wasn't going to be able to keep up. But what I'm disappointed with now, looking back on things, is I gave up so easily. And so, what I want to say to people out there, where you may feel like because you may have started something that you're interested in late, or something that you're very passionate about, you may feel like you're not catching on as quickly as you would like to. If it's something that's really important to you, really of interest to you, please don't give up on it. It may take you, you may have to go the scenic route, so to speak, to get to where you need to go. You may have to put in more work, more time, but if it's something that you're very passionate about, please don't give up on that. Fight to see it through. I just don't want people to feel like because you start late doing something in life, or even if you're starting right on time, or starting early, if you feel like I'm just not getting it, it's just taking me too long, and you get frustrated and throw your hands up, don't throw them up completely. Go back to it. Stay determined. If you got to put in more time, set aside more time. If it's something that you're really passionate about, you do that. If you need to get lessons, do that. Whatever it is. Just because some of us may take longer, or have to take the scenic route, or may not be catching on to something as quickly, that doesn't mean that God did not instill that in your heart, that dream, or whatever it may be, or that talent. You may be talented at whatever it is that you want to pursue or trying to pursue. And there may be some bumps in the road along the way, but that doesn't mean to quit or give up on it if you really are passionate about it. Just think of some of the athletes. Some of them may have natural talent. They may have natural talent to play basketball or football, but in order to be great, I'm pretty sure they still have to put work in, probably countless hours, being determined. And it probably was sometimes some of those athletes, the best among the world, wanted to give up and throw their hands up and say, the heck with it. I'm tired of this. I'm not getting to where I want to go fast enough. But sometimes we have to see it through. We have to remain determined, because we know anything that we are really passionate about, for some people it may come easy, but that's few and far between. We do have some prodigies, or some people that's maybe can pick up something just like that. But for the majority of us, we have to put in that work. And so if it's something that you feel like, say for instance, like people who are chefs, it's beautiful. I consider a chef to be an artist. I consider many people to be artists and be talented and blessed with certain gifts. To me, a good meal and making it beautiful and making it taste good, to me, that's an art. That's a talent. Um, but we may have some chefs, then we may have some cooks, or we may have some home where they learned on their own at the house. And they may be able to compete with some of the best chefs in the world. If any of y'all watch Food Network, some of y'all see the programs where they may have the home cooks versus the professional chefs and stuff like that. We have different talents that God has instilled in us. And I'm a firm believer that each and every one of us are blessed with gifts. But it's up to us to grow those gifts, to nurture them. It's up to us to be determined to see certain things into fruition. I hope I'm making sense to somebody. And I'm hoping that this helps somebody. And if you attempted to do something that you're passionate about, and you went somewhere and you got shot down or you got embarrassed or somebody belittled you and it hurt you to your core because you were really passionate about whatever it is, please do not allow that to be the end for you. Because try to look at it like this. If it was some truth to what they were saying, like say for instance, I want to be a singer in a musical, so I go audition. And they may say, nah, you're not what we're looking for, your voice too flat. So you have to go back, I would go back and analyze that and say, well, is it true? Is my voice flat? Or is it something I need to improve on? So then I may go back and maybe take lessons or do some vocal training or something like that to help to strengthen my gift. But it doesn't mean I'm any less talented or any less gifted or that I wasn't called to do that particular thing. It may be I just wasn't a good fit for that. Or it could be that the Lord has something better in store and said, no, I'm not going to open that door for you because I got this better door open here down the road. You just keep pressing through and stay determined and do like I called you to do. So sometimes we have to go back and analyze and try to take the positive from a critique. Try to take the positive from it and say, okay, is there some truth to that? Do I need to try to improve? Like for me, yes, I could have done better with putting in more hours to learn how to read my music better. I put in countless hours to learn songs for marching band, and when we were off season for certain programs that we were having in school, I would study countless hours to learn that particular music. But just in general, to learn how to pick up a sheet of paper and just play like that, like many musicians can do, I didn't put in enough work and time to do that. And so, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't any less passionate or any less talented. I just needed to work harder to hone that particular craft. So I hope I'm making sense as to what I'm trying to say. But don't allow anyone to make you feel as if, no, you don't have what it takes. You may have to work harder. You may have to be more determined. You may have to pay for that lesson, or you may have to go to school for whatever it may be. Or look at people like, rest in peace, like Prince. It's my understanding that he was self-taught, a self-taught musician. So, but that Joker could show play. He played several instruments, if I'm not mistaken. He was self-taught. And so I just don't want people to give up on their dreams because maybe someone shot you down or maybe you tried out for something and it didn't work out. It doesn't mean to give up on it. Just be more determined. See what you need to improve on and continue on. Maybe that particular time wasn't your time, but it doesn't mean your time isn't coming. Just like me, for example, being a writer. I wasn't I didn't take creative writing and stuff like that, but I feel that that's something that I was called to do, a talent that the Lord blessed me with. Could I have taken creative writing to hone that talent? Absolutely. But does that mean I'm any less talented? No. Does it mean that I probably should have done that? Perhaps. Just like when I put my first book out, it was a lot I didn't know, and probably because I didn't go the traditional route into taking some of the classes that I needed to take to get that formal training. So I had some bumps along the road, but when my second book came out, I felt like, okay, I could see the improvement, I could see the growth within me as a writer. So I just don't want people to become discouraged and give up on their goals or give up on their dreams. Sometimes opportunities may not present themselves as quickly as we would like them to or in the way that we would like them to. But that don't mean give up on it. We need those gifts. We need you to share that with the world, whatever your talent may be. We need those gifts. We need some positivity and more upliftment in this world. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. And some people call me crazy because I get on here and talk, and my videos to a lot of people may not be the most interested or interesting, excuse me, or the most entertaining. I have people that get on here and make fun of them and show them to other people, and they sit up and talk about them and stuff like that. But you know what? And that's fine. But I'm on here for people to encourage them. That's why I'm on here. And so if one person comes across my video, or if 100,000 come across my video, if I say something to encourage somebody, to make them smile, or to help them to keep pressing on in some kind of way, then I did what I feel like I was called to do. And to some people that may seem crazy, but that's okay, because nobody's perfect. And I think if you ask me, some of us have a little crazy in us anyway, especially those that like to sit up and make fun of and belittle other people all the time. To me, those are the craziest people, because instead of growing within oneself, they're busy trying to tear down other people and pull them down. And so to me, that's crazy. But anyway, I just want y'all to know, it may take a little bit longer. You may have to work a little bit harder, but that doesn't mean you're any less gifted or any less talented. That just means, you got a little bit more work to do. And so as long as we keep breathing and waking up every day, we're going to have some kind of work to do, because you know what they say, faith without works is what? Is dead. And so for a lot of us, things just not going to drop in our laps. It's not going to happen overnight. We're going to have to put some work in to get to where we need to be. That's the majority of us. I mean, every once in a while you'll have that person that have that instant fame or success. But for the most of us, we got to grind. We got to put some work in. It's just like me. Are my book sales what I would like for them to be? Mm-mm. Is my podcast what I would like for it to be? Mm-mm. But am I putting in as much work as I know I should be? Mm-mm. Hell no, I'm not. And so who can I blame for that? Me. I have to be honest about that and call it what it is. Am I working hard as I should be? No, I'm not. So it is what it is. Things are not going to always fall in our lap overnight. Faith without works is dead. A man don't work, don't eat. Woman too. And y'all see I love to eat. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just want people, if somebody shot you down, you tried out for something, or you feeling adamant about doing something, a dream or a gift, or trying to pursue something, don't give up on it, because you may have experienced some rejection, or you may be feeling discouraged, like things are not moving fast enough. Just keep at it. You don't ever want to look back on things and say, I wish I would have stuck with that. I wish I would have seen that through, you know. So I encourage you to just keep going. That's all I have to say. And for those of you who don't know, I am a published author. Life Through the Eyes of a Woman, short stories for adults in freestyle poetry. This is currently available on audiblebooks.com and in Kindle format. I would absolutely appreciate your support. And Life Through the Eyes of a Woman 2, currently available on amazonbooks.com. I would really appreciate y'all's support. And until we meet again, please stay up and stay encouraged. I pray the Lord puts a hedge of protection around yourselves as well as your loved ones and any and everything else that we hold dear. And we call upon Angel Michael to block and return to the sender any and all negative energy headed in our direction. And until we meet again, beautiful people, stay up, stay blessed, keep grinding, and never give up on you.